on. Hey, excuse me, so I want to show you what's going on here. Hey, Will. So our big building, we're taking all the water from on the roof, coming together at one point, coming down and drilling, and we have to cut the concrete, put the pipes in the ground to haul all the water off. And what we can do if we want to, we can collect all that water if we need to on both sides of the building. That's a massive water collection system if we choose to do that in the future, right? That's one to show you the building. We're on the last wall section. What? What's wrong with you? Come here! And you got one more wall section over here. What was you scared of?
Don't go hit me in the eye!
No! Come on!
Just get me into danger! Oh my goodness!
Alright, so then we got another saw that's going around all the perimeter of the building.
Okay.
And I'm going to put a step flashing in it. So it goes into the concrete and up behind the wall, and that way there'll be waterproof. The entire building will be waterproof. This thing is a fortress.
Oh, it is.
It's
I
going to be
love
gorgeous.
it.
We're getting ready to bang out some houses out of this building
So
right
now,
here.
will this take care of the water that stands here as well?
Well, this water, no, this water will just, it'll stand here. It's not sloped or anything.
Oh, okay.
But it will prevent it from going into that building.
Oh, good, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's what we want. We want it high and dry.
Can we look at the building? Or
yeah, I don't care if you want to. Yeah, let's go look at it.
It's so loud.
Concrete cutting systems out of Knoxville.
Concrete cutting, okay.
So they're cutting just an inch and a half through in that concrete all the way around this building. So what I'll do is I'll have a piece of metal that we bend over here. Come here, I'll show you. So this is just a groove cut into the concrete. So I'll have a metal go in that concrete, and we'll silicone it in. Then my metal will run flush on the concrete, and then up back behind this metal, and we'll screw it in.
Nice.
That way water cannot get up inside the building.
Oh, that's so great.
And water can't go underneath that because it's in the concrete.
Oh my God, that's great.
Yep.
Oh, I love it.
We're actually, if we have the money in the future, we're trying to make this a conditioned building.
Yes.
It'll be insulated.
Air conditioning.
Maybe a little bit of air, a little bit of heat in there to make.
Okay.
Yeah. Come on. We only got 8 more trusses to set, and this is the last wall section for our building.
Is this the last one?
Yep.
Last one, Tom?
Last one. Yeah.
Last one. There's Billy. Here's Tom. Oh my goodness. I can't believe this. Oh, there's Tim and I think Anthony. Oh, Randy.
Here, can we get out of the sun? Maybe you can see all the way back in there a little bit.
A mercy. Holy cow. Look at this place.
I never dreamed I'd ever see anything like this, but
oh my goodness.
That's something else, isn't it?
Randy.
20-foot ceilings. We're going to crank out some homes in here.
How tall are they? 20 foot?
20-foot ceilings, 60-foot wide, 260-foot long.
Oh my goodness.
And this is what we've already ordered, a Jim Boone lift to attach on here so we can lift our wall systems.
Oh.
I've ordered some automatic magnets we're going to use on our wall system. We can lift them up, set them in place, set them down. So we're really trying to make this thing happen.
Oh my goodness.
So all that daylight you see around the perimeter, the bottom, that's what our flashing, them guys are cutting concrete all the way around it so we can take care of it. We're also building an office and a supply room in the very back wall. It's going to come out 24 feet. And we're going to have all of our supplies at the end of this building so trucks can come into that corridor, drop off with a garage door, and then we got offices on the 2nd level. So that's a 2-story building back there.
Wow.
And we'll have offices up there with bathrooms, of course. And we want all that glass to come in here so we can see everything. And then I want to put a walkway the length of this on both sides, and I want to open it to the public, that they can come in here and they can watch these homes being built. Amanda hates that.
I hate that. But we'll see.
I'm going to put chicken wire so they can't jump off and kill themselves, and then probably plexiglass so nothing will hit them.
Okay, we'll see.
It's going to be super cool. All right, let's go inside the shop. I want to show you what's going on in there.
Okay.
All right. You're going to use that one? You want to use it?
Yeah, I'm going to put that in there.
Let's go ahead. That's fine.
That'd be fun. Okay.
I just think it's cool. You're moving these little houses around, and you got this one coming in, you got that one done, you got the Hobbit over here, you're building the metal, and I'm going to walk you guys
Can
through
we
the
show
shop.
this? Can we get a little bit closer and show this trailer? Because
yeah.
this is
So that's a 10 by 20 ESP home, and this is the panels that fit it. It's got the roof system, the walls.
This is what you're talking about, the assembly of it.
This is we've already pre-done everything. We got to cut the 2-inch gap that puts on the floor, but they're already putting the channels on the wall system. Well, they've already got it cut. See this right here? So this has been cut, and this fits on the floor. So this flashing sticks down past the floor system on the trailer. So this is just transporting all the parts in there, because we got a house right now that's being the floor system on. As soon as it's on, we'll set these up together. So we're actually thinking, I know right now we're building 5 right now. We're in our 2nd day in, and we're already putting soffit strips in, running electrical and plumbing and all that. It's exciting to see a home go that fast.
Yeah.
And the reason is because, of course, if we build more homes, we make more money.
Of course.
But we can also build homes and keep affordable pricing, right? And we can get the houses out. The guys aren't working any harder. We're just working smarter, doing what we need to do and keeping busy. That's the only thing. If you can keep that tempo, that's what's exciting.
Man, this is looking really nice and clean in here. Everything's getting organized, and I know you mentioned that all that's going to be cleared out too. Like
we got
today.
We got that leaving. Those portalettes will be gone as soon as we get our big building together, because we'll have, of course, bathrooms and plumbed in for everybody. But yeah, all this is done. When when the new building comes, our fabricating of our panel will be over into that building.
Right.
So this will all be used now for materials.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I love it. And you know what? Something I want to mention really quick too. We were just talking about the Hobbit over there. Right there's the Hobbit. We were just over there. There was a comment, and I'm not trying to put a negative tone or anything about it, but I just wanted it explained that just when people hear investors, and you're an individual that's bought a home, I think some people say, oh, well, they want just investors to get in their house. Oh, they get their houses before we get our houses and stuff. I just want to say,
I've worked with that guy for over a year and a half.
We've known this investor put his orders in a long time ago. So I just want people to know that we don't have to explain that or explain who we build for and all that kind of stuff. But just to ease people's minds, because we're talking literally one person mentioned something about that. And it's like, it's not the majority. But just so you know, we have known them for a very long time. This has been a process, and we do not cater to just investors. We cater to everybody. We treat everyone the same.
And nobody
we got a
gets
build
in front
list.
of that. Investors come to me and they say, what's your timeline?
What's your timeline? Yes.
And I'm not going to, so I don't make any more money on an investor than I do a private person.
Correct.
All right, so I don't care to build for investors. I'd rather build for individuals. And the reason is because when you have an investor, they'll say, hey, I want 150 homes, right?
Yeah, right.
What happens after that 150 homes?
Yeah.
If I put all my concentration in an investor, and he can't keep ordering 150 forever.
No.
But you all can.
Yeah.
There's 340 million people, I guess, in this country. I'd rather invest in those than one single investor.
Well, okay, so now, and with saying that, they look at our building. Well, why are they building a building when they ain't built my house? You have to grow as a company, and you have to have a balance of what you do. We have to take the time to sweep, organize, do inventory, build a building, makes it fast. So you have to do these sacrifices sometimes whenever you have to have some men off, from a build. But, we've got men, they're working. They're working
all
on
of our
homes.
carpenters have never lost a day's work because of that building. And that building has got men on it that do not build homes.
Right, correct.
And that's why we had to subdivide guys to do that versus this. That's why Tom's out there doing it, and just 2 or 3 other guys.
Exactly.
3 men built that entire building, but that's why it's taken so long to do it because we could not pull them off of the bills.
But it's necessary evils. There's just necessary evils. You have to grow.
It's the same thing.
Will never stops. This is his pace all day. This is it. Look at him. He's like.
To follow this guy's lead.
So,
Will does not stop.
Well, it was like across the street. I didn't want to buy the mountain property. I'm totally satisfied. I never dreamed that we'd ever even have any kind of homes living here.
Right.
But now we got 160 home sites here. I'm like, okay, is that enough? But then people wanted the mountain. I didn't want to go because I know it's going to take time, and I didn't want to hear any more negative complaints about how long it's going to take to get that done. It takes time, especially in all the things that are going on in the with the supplies.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
So anyway, I didn't want to take that on, and I'm sure people are like, you don't even have the beach or the prairie done, and you bought the property across the street and you're putting roads in. And I understood that, and you know what? That's when I turn off. I got to turn off everybody, and I have to run my course. And
they just don't understand. You're not here. We're running the business. This is how it has to be done. It's just the way that it goes.
Yep, and I think it's justified because of our, prices of our homes are great, that people can wait for our homes, but they're not going to wait anymore. I'm so over people waiting for their homes. I'm so over the pressure of feeling that. I'll never do it again. Right. And that's why we're doing the model homes. I'm just not going to do it. If you want a custom home, I love customs. We will do customs, and they're going to be few and far between because there's a special carpenter that can build those here in this shop. Our model homes are just going to be what we do. Hopefully it's enough that somebody will buy them and we can stay in business.
Yeah, absolutely.
And our Incrediboxes, of course, that's not for everybody, but it is a really nice home that gives everybody some shelter.
I love it.
Yep.
I love it.
So,
okay.
All right, here we go. And so we're bringing you this film today just to show you what we're trying to do as a company and how we're trying to just make it happen.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm not an engineer. I didn't graduate or anything with any kind of marketing or even any kind of manufacturing, engineering, supply chain, nothing. Okay, this is just gut looking at everything, common sense, and say how can we make it a little bit better here and there, and we grow. But that's the fun part for me. Is I love figuring this all out. It's like I've been out on the field out here working yesterday and today a little bit, and it's hey guys, are you thinking about the soffit, about the metal? We got to inside the strips. How about the stucco? We got to pre-stucco everything. How about your countertops, your sinks? What's going on with the bathroom, the shower, the valves? How can we put the stairs in? I just talked all that, get all that going.
Can I show that how that's setting up? Because that's amazing.
Yeah, come here. Let's show you this.
This is where it assembles. This crazy.
So these are our jigs, and what we'd be able to do is set the panels right here. Now this is a certain panel they're working on, and this is going to be a roof system. Roof systems are run horizontal, where our wall systems are run vertical, right? And so this is for our Incrediboxes. This is a system for our Incredibox. Yeah. You've got a roof system there for our Incredibox.
Yes, look at that.
Yep.
That is cool.
And it's a little bit too tall, so they got to build these in two sections.
I see.
So this section was built here, and the other section was set on top of it.
Okay.
But what we come up, and I love Luke because when I came out here, I told him, I said, Luke, we got to make these lines not be parallel here. I want them to intersect each panel that builds strength, right?
That's right.
And he had already thought that through, and that's what I was proud of him doing that.
But you know what's something is that it takes something. I mean, we've known about this process, or you've wanted to do this process for the longest time. Yeah. But you have to assemble that and to get the men together and to teach them and all that stuff. This is a big deal. You're like reinventing the wheel or something. It's wild.
Well, there's so many things. You got debris. You got trash, you got to figure out, you got safety issues about cutting the metal, you got tools, you got cords, you got the heights of where you're going to stand. Then you've got your just how to flow with this. Like even putting this jig right here, this far up off the floor. And then they've come back and put metal flashing on the bottom because it slides a little bit better. Over here, we put a 3-inch angle iron over here. Okay. To sit it. See that 3-inch angle iron?
It's almost like a bed rail.
You got a bed rail. It runs on that.
Yeah.
We have evolved into this.
Yeah, what makes it better?
I have one man, Luke, has been running this thing. He's got it down. I go to him and I ask him for advice. I say, hey, if we run the walls this way or that way. So what we're going to do now is I'm thinking about the Incrediboxes. He's throwing 3 or 4 together for us because we're going to start getting that system down because when that building's done, we're ready to roll, right?
Man,
so what we're going to do is I want to have him So we got, the Incredibox is the same, and this is why it's so important you don't make any changes on any of these homes. Let's say there's a window right here. Let's say this is a wall, and you got a window here, and then you got your door there. What we're gonna do is I'm gonna have a jig, is a pattern that you can hit the slide, come over here, pick it up, set it in place. It's lightweight, and draw out your window. Over here, you've got it, you don't have to measure anything. You set it here, you draw out your door, right? I wanna go ahead and cut it out. Set my door, cut it out, set my window, trim out my door and window, and then I just purchased 2 magnets, big, huge magnets that will actually click onto this thing. You lock them in place. I've got an overhead jib boom that we're gonna use, hooks to that with a rigging. We're gonna pick that wall up and just set it in place and set it on
That'll be fun to watch.
House. And while that's going on, we got two going on at the same time. We set that wall, come get this one, set that wall, and now the roof system, we're gonna try to put the metal on.
You gotta breathe.
So I'm gonna put the metal on them. I would like to be able to, if we're gonna have any kind of off-grid, we go ahead and mount the solar panels on here.
Very nice.
Mount. Everything is where we're standing is comfortable. We're not up on top of the roof, but we gotta get somebody on ladders.
Well, that is so what I loved about when you said about the dormers. You're setting the dormers on there now. You're not doing
cutting them. Pre-built,
they're already done.
And Luke was spot on.
Fantastic.
And you saying that? Let's go look at those dormers.
Okay, let's go.
Because I want to show you how well they fit.
All right. Man, that's exciting. Everybody is buzzing. I mean, isn't it wild?
Yeah. Yeah, we still have a little bit of leak, but that's about to be fixed here shortly. This is a weird building. It was just hard to run the metal the way it did, and we've had our leaks, but it's about done. Of course, next door is going to be great. Now, okay, these are the dormers right up there.
Yeah.
Look, they're like on it. And I wish I could point this out to you. Let me get all right, let me show you this right here. So right up there, that slant right there, okay? That slant, look how well, this was pre-built. That whole dormer was pre-built. And then way up there, how that roof system hits that other roof system and how it comes down, right? And then it fit right across here. Because this wall was already built. This dormer sat right down on top of that, and we used our forklift to set it. The roof was already on it. Everything was already done. Now we could have put the window in it, and that's what I want to do in the future, is put the windows in it down on the ground so we don't have to do it up on a scaffold. And I was really proud of Luke because he actually put all that together and made that work. So he got the slope of the roof, put the slope of the dormer. We built the jig out here. It's the exact replica of the roof system, and he was able to cut those sides of those dormers and put the flashing on it. The flashing goes up behind the metal, and we screw it, and so that water can no way, that flashing is behind the metal and then on top of the metal. Another thing that we're going to do on here is when we put our metal roof on here, which is they're putting our soffit, and I'll show you that in just in a second. But when we put our metal, we're actually going to cut a lip off of our metal, put a bend on that metal. I know you guys, it's hard to understand, but it's going to butt up against those dormers, and it's going to be seal-proof. Awesome. We talked about that this morning. So the next step we do after our dormers are up, you can see the next step here is becoming more the soffit and fascia. And that's what this is right here. That's that brown metal that you see is the soffit and fascia. We're putting that all around the perimeter, all of our, you can see our overhangs. Look how straight that looks up there.
That looks great.
You see that, isn't that gorgeous? That's because we're out here and we're making it happen. Right here, same thing. See that?
Beautiful.
So, just a technical thing. You see that dormer right here, it's really a salt box. But we have to bring that fascia all the way across the front of that salt box because I want it to look like this. Right?
Yes.
So we had to change where this soffit and fascia has a nail flange on top of the dormer, and this one has a nail flange just on top of the building. You actually can see the transition right here. And then that'll all be covered up with metal roofing then our stucco and all that happens. Isn't that
Beautiful.
neat?
Yeah, it's
All right.
neat.
So now over here, let me show you what's going on. The next step is you got Dennis. He's putting all the soffit and fascia on there. So none of that none of that was done this morning.
Okay.
And all them little boards can be pre-cut. All that soffit and fascia that runs this gutter board down there, we're pre-doing that. So all you have to do is it's an L, and they just put it on there, glue it and screw it and put it together.
Beautiful.
And then we can put our gutters, and then we put our metal on there.
Okay.
Yep. But isn't that pretty?
That's gorgeous.
And then we trim out the windows with wood.
it.
So the windows will be with wood, the corners will be wood, stucco it. Now the guys in here, because there's so much stucco to be doing and we don't have enough stucco guys, our guys are going to put the first coat of stucco all over the nail flanges and the pieces together. On the inside we'll be spreading mud on all of our joints. That gives that one step ahead for our stucco crew. When they come in, they can knock it out a whole lot faster than doing it from scratch.
Good.
So, let me get that stereo turned off here.
Get it?
I didn't even notice it.
Okay.
You're all right. So we got another one inside. Hey, come here. Let me show you the inside. So this is our typical. Now, you see the roof system. We've slatted out the ceiling.
I see that.
We've learned, even though it brings it down elevation, there's nobody in here anyway.
Yeah.
There's no sleeping quarters, so we strip it out. We put our V-groove on here. The loft, when stripped out, they're starting to put the loft up here right now. Rob's in here to look at the staircases. We're going to pre-build our staircases.
Okay.
And we're hoping to build, we only need 5 this week.
Now, what were the slats for? Did you do that before?
Put our V-groove on here.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So now we can just nail everything.
Great.
Yep. We can run our wire. We can run any kind of hidden, like this wire here, behind the door jamb. Any wires we need above the bathroom and the kitchen plugs that come up. All that. That's what we're getting right now. Bart's on here. I want to make sure this is expedited. So there's no holdups. Let's go ahead and pull our electrical plumbing, get it done, get a shower in here, drill our stalls, and we can roll with this.
Okay. Nice.
Another thing, let me show you. Yeah, go ahead, buddy. Let me take this piece of wood, and I'm going to show you how we're doing our bathrooms and how this works out with the interior walls, okay? So you have a loft system out here where Bart is, and this, see how this is notched out right here?
Yes.
So we've got one going across
Rob.
here, one going across over here. Now this part, this is a representation of maybe the wall for the bathroom.
Yeah.
It's going to fit right behind you. Get on this side, you can see that? And that's going to be a trim. We need to just sand that. They didn't sand it enough, but they need to sand that. And every board will fit right up behind that.
I see.
See? Like this. And it'll go from here to the floor, which is load bearing. And it holds up this whole board plus the loft.
Okay.
I don't think we've done a video putting these loft boards up. But these, this is a 2x6 tongue and groove. All right? So it's kind of cool. I want to point out something of the pre-thought that we have to do with these homes. All right? So, you see this window here?
Yep.
All right. This board is supporting the loft.
Okay.
But not only is it supporting the loft, it's actually the trim for the top of this window.
Yeah.
So when we cut our windows in and we set them, this window has to be set at this height and that height.
Yeah.
Because that trim that holds the loft up is actually the trim for the window.
Is also the trim.
And now when we trim this window out, we'll go just like this.
Okay.
Isn't that nice?
Nice. Yeah.
Nice clean cut. So all we need to trim this window out is 1, 2, 3.
Yep.
Done.
Right.
Boom, boom, boom. You got 2 windows, same, cut them out, bring them in here, go.
Otherwise, you would have had put the loft up there, and then you had to put something
a little trim
tiny
board, and it looked bad.
Awful.
And they were about to do that, and I came here yesterday and I said, hey, hang on, guys. This is where we're going to go with this.
Yes.
And so this actually had to be a certain width here because we have a floor to ceiling height that we keep as a loft.
As a loft.
Now, some people say, hey, can you make my loft lower? Well, if you lower this, right, that means this window goes lower.
Yes.
This is a kitchen. If you go lower with your loft, your kitchen's at 36. This gives us about a 4-inch backsplash. And that's really all you need. If you go any lower, you're going to be into your countertop.
True.
Not only that, you have your shower stall that sits in here, and you got a shower head that's got to come out. The shower head's right here. You lower that loft, now your shower head's here, and we got to cut the fiberglass.
Well, and
shower.
two, that's when it becomes, that's a custom build. That's not.
And we've done it.
Yeah, we've done it.
For 7 years we've been doing it.
Yeah.
And we know it works.
Yeah.
And now this is a staircase that comes up.
Yes.
Right? Now, this is probably a problem right here because this did not need to go here.
Okay.
All right? You have a staircase. There's no floor here. So this actually can stop right here.
Stop there,
because this is the loft that comes here, the stairs goes down, so they need to pull that out of here.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Okay.
So that's why we're out here constantly thinking this through. The Incredibox is the same way. We're going to build 4 or 5 of them, and we're going to have it down. We know how to build these and how to put these together. See this corner bracket?
Yes.
That's what we were building out there. I was telling you on the aluminum brake that we have. All this right here, that's where all the strength comes from on this house, is connecting the roof system to the wall system. All these screws are approximately 3 to 4 inches apart with spray foam in between every joint. And everywhere a wall is fastened to the floor or fastened in a corner or up around the roof system.
Y'all have a piece.
All that.
Yeah.
And that's why I've hired a high school boy come in here.
Yeah.
And whatever we don't screw off, because the guys need to tack it, get it pretty secure. They need to go on to the more technical part of the build.
Okay.
So we can have him as learning. And then, you know, a high school boy, just learning how to feel them screws in your hand.
Yeah.
Learning how that drill feels and how your arm feels after screwing 4 or 5 hours.
Right.
And he can build strength and stamina and actually feel proud about what he's doing about fastening this house together.
Well, and the one thing I just want to bring up again is that what I love about this is that everybody's learning at the same time. You know, we talked about this before in other videos, is that no one knew how to do, but about 2 or 3 people knew how to do ESP homes, the panel homes. And now everybody's learning at the same time, and they're sharing their tricks with each other. Yeah. So that's great.
Yeah, and we try to talk, collaborate, tell everybody, talk, get it out here. We have a meeting every morning, and this morning was nice because a lot of guys spoke up about some things.
Good.
And I want them to continue to speak up.
Good.
And say what they like, what they need, what's the problems, what's going on to help this thing be better, you know. Now
it's probably a rarity. There's 2 stick-built homes in here, so it's probably that's probably the end.
That's the last one. That's the last one coming out of here. That one right there is actually our spray foam box.
It is, yeah.
And that's what our spray foam machine is going to be going in, so it's portable.
Yes.
We can pull it in and out of the building and then take it next to the other buildings in and out.
Okay.
And we can take it to a remote location if we need to spray some of our subcontractors.
Sure. Okay.
This pile of lumber here on this trailer and you see him sanding. What he's doing is he's pre-building everything for all of our trim inside all these 6 homes that we're building.
Okay.
So the guys don't have to spend the time. I got one guy just knocking them out, getting them ready, just setting them up, and we can throw it together.
Because you need a carpenter to be building the house. You don't need, I mean, if you can get somebody else to do the other work like that, it just saves time.
And Aaron.
I'm changing my name to Cut Man.
There you go, Cut Man.
Yep.
Cut me, Mick.
Well, Aaron doesn't know, but he's learning a ton because he's doing all the components that it takes to build these houses.
Yeah, so he'd be familiar with the pieces.
He's actually learning it, yeah, and he knows as soon as they come in. For instance, this right here, from this wall to this loft is 12 foot.
Okay.
And we've got 12-foot V-groove. So we're counting how many pieces of V-groove. See this loft?
Yeah.
He's counting how many of them we need. It's already pre-sanded, set up, done. As soon as we nail them down, we don't go back to it, trim it out, we're over with.
And what a great point for you saying that about him. He already knows, well, wait a minute, that's 12 foot or that whatever size that is. He's like, because I'm the one that sanded them and stuck them in there.
And he's actually assembling our soft fit and fascia together as an L. We put it up around there. He knows how it's put together.
Nice.
I ran across him yesterday and said, let's figure this out and let me show you how I'm figuring this out so you know how to figure it out. I just want to tell him how to do it.
Yes.
I got to teach him so he knows how to do it on his own.
Exactly.
Yeah. Wow, there's a lot of information, wasn't it?
It is a lot of information for sure.
But to come out here, and, you know, it's real rewarding to be able to see the guys working. You guys love to work. I love to work. And it's just rewarding when you do it and you can look back and see what you've done, you know?
Yeah. Oh, I agree.
Hey,
man, that's awesome.
I'm going to call it quits. I got to get out of here.
Yeah, you got so much going on we got to do.
For watching and participating in what we're doing. I hope this builds a little bit of security in how we build and what we do, and that when you think about buying a home from us, you can actually see this is how it's done right here.
Yes.
You know, I want you to just feel comfortable. This is our only means of marketing, and to get out into the real world and say, hey, this is what this guy's doing, this is what this company's doing, and this is what we're trying to do. We are not perfect, but man, we're trying to be better every day.
Yeah.
We're trying to build a better product. And so thank you for watching and subscribe. Thumbs up.
Just a real quick, let's just touch base. We are working on our names to do the drawing, and
Yes.
we're working out a date of when.
Yeah, we got 100,000 people we had subscribed. Please keep subscribing, and we love that. But we're going to have a giveaway. We're figuring out how we can get that name. The house is being built. We're not going to reveal it till it's completely done.
Yeah.
So I want to have a little bit of a hand in that to make it really cool looking, you know. But yeah,
that will be fun.
Yeah, and the Incredibox is still $20,000.
Yes.
Until we get that building done.
Yeah.
And then we'll take those names and put it in. Somebody will win a free Incredibox.
Yeah, exactly.
All right? If you buy one, you have a chance for a drawing to have a free Incredibox.
Right, because it's in like a debt, because they're going to have to submit pictures of their bill, of their home.
$20,000 for Incredibox, everybody.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Bye.